Hey everyone, okay, Just here from Success Guild. Now, if you had not realized this, Netflix just launched an original series. It's a reality show, and I just like watched the first 4 episodes of it, and I thought that this is an interesting thing to share with you. If you have not watched it, I think you might want to watch it. But essentially, the crux of this show is about getting people to be on a social platform, and on this social platform, nobody knows who they are actually in real life. And so they got 8 participants to be holed up in a hotel, and then each and every one of them got themselves an apartment, and the only access they have to each other is via this app, which is voice activated, called the Circle. So in this app and in this reality show, everyone is supposed to be interacting with each other, and they can actually play up to the kind of personalities that they want to project via this so-called social media app. And they can be themselves, they can be an exaggerated version of themselves, or they can totally be a different person. And these are the people whom they term as catfish. They be another person altogether. So it has been 4 episodes, and it has all been an interesting series for me to watch, because obviously you got the nerds inside, you got the good boys, the bad boys, the gays, the models and such. So it was interesting to see how perceptions, how impressions are formed just via text messages that they exchange with each other, and via profile pictures. So everyone had to post up their profile pictures which they selected, and of course whenever they fulfill a task, they can put up another picture. It is just an incentive for them to put up. So the essence of the game, from what I'm figuring out, is that everybody's trying to paint an impression because they want to stay in that hotel, because at the end of every week they will get to be rated in terms of how likable they are, how personable they are. So the first two, or the top two, will get to claim themselves as the influencers in that group, and they are the two people who get to vote who should be out that particular week, or the term they call it is actually block. Okay, so being the top two popular person in that week guarantees you the safe passage into the following week. You are called the influencers, and you have the direct influence in choosing who you get to vote out. Okay, so it's interesting to see how people play this reality show, because they want to be popular, but at the same time they want to maintain themselves, their reality, the impressions that they want to make. So it's quite interesting, and more importantly, is seeing how the catfishes, the people who want to project a different personality altogether, they are not who they put out themselves to be, is interesting, because they really want to insert facets of themselves, because it's just things that you want to highlight to people yourself, but at the same time you do not want to project the physical side of yourself, the visual part of yourself, because perhaps you are not that attractive or such, but you want to show people your inner self via the exchanges that you share. And so the first week, the person who got booted out was actually a model, and this was very interesting because she put herself out as a model, a swimsuit model, and she exchanged interactions, saying that she rejected centerfolds in Playboy and such. And more interestingly, in that platform, she wanted to be herself, meaning that she wanted to be well liked instead of being judged. But at the end of the day, the people around that app or that reality show found that to be kind of flimsy. They thought it was like, all models are bimbotic, all bimbos are models, or the model herself was actually being fake and such. So she got herself booted out. So that was a very interesting outcome, because I never quite understand why they would want to vote out the model. There were some other players which I thought was quite interesting. So if you have not watched this and you want to know a bit about social interactions and impression making and what goes beyond yourself and the kind of perspectives you want to paint to people, I think this is a good reality show to just add on to your Netflix binging. Yeah, I mean, I watch it on a straight road, just wanted to see what the outcomes were. So yeah, The Circle is on Netflix right now. I'm not promoting this show, but I'm just saying that the interesting dynamics in the show is something that you might want to watch. Alright, so that's all. It's not a review, it's just an interesting thing that I just kind of watched over the past 2 or 3 days, and it helped me a lot in terms of knowing what social media can do when it comes to painting impressions and perceptions to the larger audience. And that's something that you might want to consider also in terms of your communication abilities. Alright, so that's all from me. Bye bye.